You're trying to start an AI agency, but you're making the one mistake that guarantees your dream clients will ignore you. What if we change it? While everyone else sends boring PDF lead magnets that gets deleted, what if yours was so valuable to the prospects that they thought it was your actual service? I'm talking about a lead magnet that analyzes their business, finds the revenue gaps, and then sends them a personalized voice message from you. It also lets them demo an AI chatbot for their company and even has an AI agent call them that pretends to be their virtual employee, all automated. In the last 2 weeks, my lead to prospect conversions has been off the chart with just a simple one change in line of thought. In this video, I'm going to pull back the curtain on all the AI tool stack that transformed my outreach from getting ghosted to getting leads and prospects. But here's the one thing. This window won't last long. As soon as everyone else catches onto it, it will get saturated and your advantage will disappear. So come with me, stick through this video, and you're going to learn a lot of things that's going to be super, super valuable. So by the end of this video, you'll know why this lead magnet application is so important and how to set it up for yourself so it's interactive and actually talks to your lead, then creates a custom chatbot for them to try as if it's for themselves. It adds a custom voice message as if it's greeting them, and it makes a custom phone call to them and pretend like it's their business so they can try it before they buy it, and it also gives them a valuable report on their business. So it's a real total lead magnet that's interactive. It creates value and is super personal because it creates the voice chat, it creates the actual chatbot, it talks back to them. They can demo a chatbot as if it's for their website, and they actually get a phone call as if they have a voice AI receptionist to them. So a bunch of value in an amazing lead magnet application, and I'll go through how to I've set all this up. We'll go through the GoHihglevel pipelines. We'll talk about the automations a little bit. We'll talk about N8N and what's going on in here, and we'll talk about retell and the amazing prompt behind us. But first, I need you to understand why this is so important, because the world we live in is constantly changing. And if I just bring this one back up in here, this is just a quick little explanation through it, but things that used to work in the past is sending out direct leads, and we'll get back to this, or sending out PDFs. And those things aren't working anymore. This has been old, it's been hammered over a couple of times, and being in front of the trend and thinking a little bit outside the box, rather than everyone doing the exact same thing, is the exact reason why people in my small group community is absolutely crushing it. At the start of last year, I said voice AI systems or AI agents is going to absolutely destroy 2025. Now look at it, everything is voice AI. And even before that, I had all the training in here. And then we talked about Lovable before Lovable was even a big thing. And now it's unique. You can see I've just added a bunch of websites in here that is straight out the box, ready to go actually. And likewise, N8N and automations is coming in, but you need to have something different that makes you stand out from the crowd and has that extra bit of value and personalization. And when you're able to do those, this is when you start closing those sales and deals, because you are different, and that makes the difference in all of it. So just a quick little bit of theory, just so you understand, just sit through this for a couple of seconds. You just need to understand this, and this might open your mind to a couple of things as well. So you are going to have to do some sort of outreach, and outreach is horrendous. It's hard. You get shut down, and you have to do a lot of outreach to actually get a client. Okay, no one's going to tell you this. It's hard. You can go for weeks without clients. You can do thousands of outreach. You can set up systems and then they cancel as well. But here's the thing. You are going to compete with a lot of other people. And when you're doing cold email, cold SMS outreach, you might be doing some sort of ads, whether it's Meta or Google. And at the end of the day, a lot of people, a big mistake a lot of people try to do is they try sell their offer straight into those outreach or those replies. And yeah, there was a time that it really worked. Everyone's doing it. Now, if you get this by this kind of email, you're just gonna ignore it. So it doesn't always work, or it doesn't work in most of the cases anymore. It's kind of just leads, it ends up in the spam box as well. What used to work is having lead magnets. So it's something that you put in your ad or put in your email that has some sort of value, whether it's a report or a video or something like that, that the supposed cold lead's going to click on and it's going to warm them up a little bit to you. So it kind of follows the lead process. It becomes a lead prospect and then they become a customer. And everyone used to send out PDFs, especially in the affiliated marketing days, PDFs about how to lose weight quickly and things like that. And now people still send those PDFs. And a lot of things that I recently see is PDFs on how your business can save money with AI, what AI can do for your business. But a couple of facts: no one wants to read PDFs. It's 2025, 2026 coming up. No one wants to read stuff. They want to look at stuff and listen to stuff. Videos has become really, really popular, especially with VO3, but it's become, it is still really expensive. And I hope this video gets saved somewhere else. And this is going to be the new thing. Video is going to be the new thing. Okay. When I go show you in the lead magnet, I do a personalized voice message. I did do a hey gen configuration, and then it did work really well, but the cost per lead goes up. When you pay a lot for leads, and they eventually become a client, there's a big gap into this. So you always need to have that cost per lead in the back. And when you're going to create personalized videos, it's going to cost $6. That's about how much 8-second video is going to be these days. It might not have so much value for it. So what makes for a good lead magnet? So just think of it from a client side of things. And I'm going to go over this really fast because it's part of another training video, but I just need you to understand why this lead magnet app that we have built is so powerful. Something that needs to be interactive, it needs to be personal, and needs to be valuable. So when they receive the lead magnet, it's going to keep their attention because it's interactive. It's going to be personal because it's going to be about their business specifically. So we mention their business, we say their name. If you ever read about how to, the book about how to win friends, um, it, people like hearing their name, people like hearing their business name, they like reading it, making it personalized, and then we're going to add some sort of valuable things to it. And when we can do all that while we're going to demo what we're actually selling, it's double, absolutely makes for a good lead magnet. So once they become a lead, so once we click on those things, we're going to get them into our pipeline and into our funnel system. And the idea is going to be that we're just going to get to the stage where we have leads that becomes prospects. It's going to become clients for a little bit of extra work. And that's the extra work in the part in here. I'll touch on that soon, but it's going to be email sequence, SMS sequence, a pipeline that your virtual assistant or your PA or whoever sales team can then call up and follow up on. So just again, interactive, personal, valuable, and it makes for feelings. And that's literally it. It's a little infographic that I got here. When people feel those things, this is when they start trusting and liking you, and they don't go away because it's interactive, and they become your client. So just scroll in here. That's why I made super amazing, best fun, interactive, personal, valuable, make full feelings, lead magnet, and it's built out with a bunch of things like this. So one application together, and yeah, I'll show it to you now. We'll go through the entire demo and I'll slow it down as much as we can. So I'll show you kind of like a demo how it would work, and then we'll go through the back end. I'm not going to show you how to build it out step by step because it took me a week to build it out just about. Then my school community group and my AI agency group became jumbled up, so I had to split it all up, and I again had to refix it all. But again, we're going to go through it slowly. You're going to learn how you'll be able to do it for yourself. And of course, you'll be able to download the entire application, the prompts, the workflows, and so on and so forth. Just keep watching through in here. Okay, so let's get into that part now. So this is the lead magnet part. So I'm not going to talk about doing outreach. You need to do your cold email, SMSs, running ads, and you're going to advertise that you have a lead magnet that's going to show value for your business. It's going to show what AI can do for your business. You'll be able to demo it. That's going to be an outreach part. Okay. So whatever outreach you're going to do or marketing, you need to bring them back to this application. Obviously sits on a website of some sort, build out totally and lovable. So they're going to come through here. You'll be able to change all these and say whatever you need to say, but it's going to be a audit of some sort plus a try before you buy it kind of system, and it's going to keep in the interactive, personal, and valuable parts to it. And I'll show you how it all works. So let's say David clicks on your ad. So David has a roofing company called Golden Roofing. David's email address is going to be david at gmail.com, and he's going to fill in the details in here. Obviously choose the area code. Now, just when I demoed this is my phone number connected to my user. So you'll see the pipeline gets a little bit confused because you get a different phone number to a different user to a different email, but you'll get the idea. So it's just a little bit about your business, and we're actually going to go in the back end and then connect it all together. We'll talk about the back end soon. Let's just go through the little demo here. So I run a roofing business in Auckland, New Zealand. We specialize in tin roofing. We work business hours Monday to Friday. I am the owner. All right, so get my free AI audit. So they click on this, and this is the backend is built into Lovable, and it just starts chatting to him in a personal way, and it's going to ask a couple of questions to do a audit report. Now we'll go through this slowly so you can see. So, hey David, your AI business analyst here. Let's start. How many calls do you estimate that you miss every week? So again, my product, my setup, AI voice agents, it's all about missed calls. So this is kind of the things I want to ask. So let's say I say in here, we miss about 4 calls a week that could potentially be clients. So valuable insight. Now, how many hours per week do you spend on admin tasks? Let's say 3 hours every day after work, because we've got to do invoicing, tracking. Thanks for the information. That's actually what's the average value of each client. So a new roof might cost everyone, or a roof setup, let's say $1,500. Okay, so perfect. Do you currently have in place an automated response to messages, reviews, or websites inquiries like this? And again, this is specific to me now, but also asked from this. And what I'm going to just do at the same time is going to activate this little workflow in here. And this is a workflow that's going to get our leads into high level, and we'll go through it soon. But because I'm going to show you the test phase, I can't just enable it. I have to hit the test button in here. And I'm just going to say no. So perfect. Final question. What's the number one thing holding you back? I'm saying missing calls. Right. So that's going to go through perfect. I have all information, and it's going to send this off to AI. And also at the same time, we're going to do a quick little analyze in here. And you'll see once it's done, it will come through in here. So it goes up in the backend, sends it away to ChatGPT. It does an analyzed report specifically for him. We'll just give it a second. And oops, there we go. And here all my messages come through. So it's going to hit the stop button in here, and we will look through in here and see what's happened. So AI growth blueprint for golden roofing. Here's what your AI agent discovers about your business and your opportunity. So all I'm going to say in here, it gets a little flickering message in here and hopefully displays in here and everyone can hear that.
Hello, David. Hope you are having a great day. I'd like to thank you for filling in the AI analysis tool for Golden Roofing. Please take the time to read through it, then try the 2 demo functions. Call and chat below. Thanks, the AI team.
Cool. So just a personalized message. Now, like I said, I did try this in HeyGen, and my previous one did have a HeyGen image and avatar in here. But for me, the cost per lead was getting a bit high with those every time someone used to do that from running ads. So I just held it as a voice message. Okay. So now it just takes a bit of stats, does a bit of stuff in the background, and I'll leave the prompt in here, but it kind of works out how many calls per week, what our monthly loss will be, kind of like the ROI calculator we used to have back in the day for miscalled text back. But you can see a bit of details in here, right? So has a bunch of stuff in here. Awesome. Works really well. Has a bit of personalizations in there. Red and green say, hey, if you change a system that we have, and I don't put the price in yet because he doesn't know, but you can see an increase of money. And this should be a big selling point for anyone that you are going to solve some problems with your system for them, and they'll be able to save some money or make more money, right? Money, time, money, time. So number one, what the app will give you is a chance to obviously book a call that goes to a high level calendar. And then the next part in here is 2-part functions. Start a voice call or start a chatbot, and I'll show you the chatbot. And this is the idea that they can demo and try it as they can actually go and make through an appointment for roofing, your roofing website, as it would sit in there, because that's a part of the product that I want to show. So, hey, do you want to try a demo of it? Yes. And hey, David, this is Samantha, your friendly AI assistant in Golden Roofing. How can I help you today? And hi, where are you located? And you'll see it will give some stuff. It will extract it from the other side. And I'll just always put something in here that says it's fictional, because a lot of people doesn't know AI, doesn't know that it's going to be fictional, might think that, oh, actually look at this AI, it's not smart enough, it's not getting in there. But it's just because we haven't fed it information and it's just a demo. So just so they don't get confused. So you might say, what is your phone number? And again, this gets personalized and it gets customized for every person, right? So I need a tin roof replaced. Can you give me a quote? And I also put a bit in here to try create a website. So, what is your website? And I also just limit it to 5 conversations, okay? And it makes up a general website, and again, it just says in there, I'll just say thanks. And then you'll see it has a little countdown timer there that's going to thank us for it, and it will pop back in here. So your prospective lead might be like, oh, cool, I can do with something like this on my website. I want to try it before I buy it. Awesome work for that. Now, next part in here, load up this one, is going to be our voice demo for it. And I'll go through in here, and we're just going to say start my voice AI demo. And I click this, and you'll say a demo request was successfully sent. Okay. And here they go. They get a phone call. Hello.
Welcome to Golden Roofing. This is Sammy. How can I help you today?
Hi, Sammy. Just wonder, what's your location?
I run a roofing business in Auckland, New Zealand. We specialize in tin roofing. We work business hours Monday to Friday. I am the owner.
Right. Anyway, you get it. You get a voice message that can go backwards and forwards so your lead can actually try it. And just as a backup, it's I've put through in here that your voice call is coming. If you want to try to chatbot again, you can try to chatbot again. And then just some details in here, and that is it. That should be a pretty good lead magnet that a lead can just come in and quickly try, right? So just quickly try before it buy it. It's not going to take a lot of time. And again, I just want to say again, it is personalized, is value, and it is like really directly towards their business. Okay, so and it's kind of a system that if they are interested in it, they can actually try it and feel it and hopefully are impressed with it. So that's that part for it. So I hope that made sense, and I hope you understand that. So there's just a quick little demo how that would work, and what we'll go through next now is obviously the latter parts in here through the updates and the workflows. So I'll close that one off, or I'll keep that one open, and we'll go to high level and see what it's showing in there for us. Okay, well, let me explain the back end of the app and how it actually works and what I've put in. And again, you'll be able to actually download it yourself. You're just going to have to hook it up to high level and also hook it up to lovable, and then add all your own back end integrations into it. You're going to need Superbase. You're going to need an openai API key. You are going to need a 11 Labs API key, and you're going to need 2 workflows from N8N to get this all worked up and set as you go. But the good thing about Lovable is once you come up and you actually start importing this into your system, you'll be able to normal talk to Lovable and add all those things in for you. You're going to have to connect your Superbase to it. And obviously 11 Labs is at 11 Labs. You can register, get a free API for it. For OpenAI, it's just platform.openai.com, and you're going to go to billing. You're going to add some money as credit, and you're going to come and you're going to just create a new API for yourself. Okay, so keep those handy somewhere. And the next one, you are going to need the high level blueprints for all of it, but we'll work through that soon. The high level blueprints are going to require 2 webhooks. So the first webhook is going to be for our data, and the second webhook is going to be to create a phone call. And then as well, you are going to require retell AI in a prompt like this. You're going to have to buy a number from retell AI or from Twilio to connect it to it. Either way, you need retell AI and you need a number connected to it. So I'll go start slowly, and we'll go through as much as we can and see how we work out from here. So obviously the first thing is just a prompt gathering data from a lead. So I'll just go through this again. We can call this Sally. This is going to be Happy Hair Salon, and it's going to be called happy@gmail.com. And now this is the important part. Okay, for retell AI, we are going to need to have a area code in front of any phone or country code. So a country code in front of every number that gets sent out, and you'll see later on why it's important. But you need this function in here, and Lovable will add that for you. No code, you just need to ask them for it, and obviously make these compulsory. And I do. And I actually need to change this a little bit more. Just want to say, tell us about your business. I don't need this. What challenges are you facing? But the idea is that the lead puts in a bit of information about their business. We are open in Auckland. We work Monday to Friday. I only do hair straightening. Okay, so we're going to go in there and we're going to create our free audit report. Now, again, awesome. So you got lovable, and then you have, I'll bring this page back over. You have lovable and you have a Supabase connection into it. Once the connection's into it, lovable will be able to create a agent in the background with the openai backend call function. So what it's going to do is going to save all these details into your Supabase for you. Then it's going to take the API key and make a call to a chatbot that's going to then start asking specific questions. And again, you don't need to know how to set this up. If you want to build your own one, you just need to prompt it like that, saying, use my OpenAI key. This is it. It will ask you to save it into Supabase. Take the details from the lead form above, and we're going to want to ask 4 or 5 specific questions. The questions are going to need to be for solving problems for the business. And what I've just done in this one, this is for me specific more for the ROI calculator. So, and again, if you would have done miscalled text back, this was an absolute amazing gem in here, because it shows you the ROI calculator in here, where you can actually see that you're going to save money with your AI agent by just being part of the group or having it in as an investment. So I'm kind of working all this out in here for it. So all this is some careful prompting, it said, and I'll leave the prompt in as well to copy and paste over. It's in there. It's going to be built into the function, into the app that you can get, but all it's going to ask is some common problems, and then we're going to add some solutions to it. So just pre-made into it. And again, because I'm doing AI calls, you might want to consider your questioning, have a deep conversation with a Claude or DeepSeek or whichever one you prefer about what sort of questions to ask. Because remember, we're here to solve problems. We are not going to go out and sell offers. Okay, so we're going to solve problems. So we are fishing for how many missed calls. Everyone has missed calls. If you run a business, you have missed calls. Okay. How many hours a week do you spend on admin tasks? So this just makes them things like, well, actually, well, I spend 2 hours on admin tasks. Like, if you don't think about it, you don't always know about it. And it just happens with businesses when you're busy. For example, video editing. I actually sit down and think about it. And my video editing takes a lot of time, but I like it. I enjoy it. So I can really get into it. But how good would it be if I could, or if I would see that I spend 2 hours a week on video editing or 2 hours a day, and it just counts up. So it amounts up for a lot of things. Okay. So that's the idea behind it. So what's the average value? I don't know, hairdressing, $400. And do you prefer the system? Do you have a system in place? This is just for us, so we can scroll it back and you'll see in it. So now, once we answer this final question, there's going to be another prompt to OpenAI, and we're going to do 2 things. We're going to send all our details via Webhook to our Webhook that we've built out in N8N, and I'll show you that. Then we are going to take all the details that we have in here. So we're going to take our variables from name, the company name, about the business, and all these numbers in here. We're going to send that to another OpenAI request. It's going to use GPT Mini 4.1 Mini, because that's the one I have it in here. Load it into Supabase, do the edge function, and then do some calculations and give it back to us. The giving it back to us is going to put those values into a little nice looking website if you've seen before. And then the last thing it's going to do is also going to create a 11 labs requests for audio. Now, again, the audio, you don't have to build out an automation for it. You can do direct API request to 11 labs. However, the file that comes back as a binary file, it's an MP3. You got to take that MP3 file, put it into Superbase as well, and then reconvert it back to a playable version for your website. All but confusing. Guess what? Lovable does it all by itself. You don't have to actually go out and encode it. So let's hit the next function. So it does 3 things in the background on automation, on autopilot by itself. So is there anything that's holding your business back? You can just say outreach. Now, again, these things are going to get pumped into your high level. So your high level virtual assistant sales teams, all those can see these things and actually target people for this, right? So it's going to go through. I haven't put the automation on because we'll look at it in the back end. And obviously I can't show you the openai automations. You can build those out in Lovable or in N8N or make.com, but you don't need those extra steps because it's just an actual code. It's just a direct openai request via code that will put all these things in there for you. So back to front, we are gonna look at our voice message, and again it's just
Hello, Sally. Hope you are having a great day. I'd like to thank you for filling in the AI analysis tool for Happy Hair Salon. Please take the time to read through it, then try the 2 demo functions. Call and chat below. Thanks, the AI team.
all right. So 11 Labs actually brought out version 3, hoping that we'll be able to go onto the APIs soon, and you'll be able to use that, and that will sound a lot better. And again, I think here cost per lead works a lot better for it. So calculations just gets done in the back end, and you literally just tell OpenAI what it needs to calculate, and it kind of just brings out some stats for us, and they're all kind of different, but it's just a calculation about your potential return on income, especially if we have a baseline product of $4.99. So it does all this in the back end, sends it back to Lovable, that then replace these variables with everything. Okay, so I just think it looks cool. Red and green for the responses, and then here's a little blabber in here, and obviously the first link back is just going to be back to one of our high level calendars. Still want to close this one. If you click on it, it just goes to one of your calendars to do your booking. Okay, so we'll get back to these soon, but what happens as soon as you hit that, it is going to do the calculation. It does the actual 11 labs configuration for you and does it all on the background for you. You don't have to worry about a thing. And then the next part that's going to happen is it's going to run through and send your details to a webhook that's going to do some processing. So we're literally getting all our details. So I'll need to maybe open this one. Give me a second. And I'll just go through a previous one. Sorry, just so you can see what it actually gets. Let's give you a sample data. So it comes through as JSON format. You don't have to worry about it if you don't understand it. Again, you kind of just have to get this blueprint. Again, you just have to set these up as you go along. But you get a bunch of stuff from Lovable and as a webhook, and what's going to be contained in there is scroll down. It contains, so David, what we did earlier on, business name, email address, phone number, business description, and then it contains all those answers and questions from earlier on. Okay, so insights, recommendations, it takes all of that in a webhook and it sends all that data in as a webhook to our automation. And what this automation does is, number one, we want to create a high level contact. Now, high level contacts really hard and difficult sometimes, and what we need to do is first see if there's a contact in there by that email address. So hopefully there's not. What that should be the idea is that you don't have a contact in there, but it might be a case that it's a Facebook lead page. So if you're doing a Facebook automation, emails, and it comes in, you might have that contact already in your high level, right? So if you do that, it's beyond this video a little bit, but if you do Facebook outreach, Facebook lead forms, your contact might already be in high level. So therefore, we want to update this contact saying that they've given us some more information. So the first step is, so you'll see in here, all I'm going to do is now search for an email address. So come through in here. And this is just a normal high-level API request. You've got to create a custom integration. I've got lots of other videos about it, lots of other training for it. But all it's going to do is it's going to go to your high-level sub account and search for email addresses. And it's going to see if anyone, because in high level, it can only have one contact per email address. And if that person is in high level and their contact exists, so it's an if statement, if the contact exists, we are going to give the contact a tag saying, hey, they have done our lead magnet bits in here. So we give it a custom tag. And again, just a normal HTTP request. And then we are going to go over and we're going to update that contact with all the information, those questions that was asked in high level in the application. And then the reverse is just true. If it doesn't find a contact, it's going to create a contact with a tag and then come in here through and add the summary to it. So what does it look like on high level? It just means that we actually have a pipeline in here where we now have a contact David created in here, and you can see David's opportunity has come in. And if we want to look up David, you will see that David's details are all filled in. We have that new tag that it's now that David is now a lead, and we can go to notes in here, and you can see that the notes, all those questions and answers has been filled out through in here from that lead and comes through in here. So when you have a team that needs to look up things, they might want to look at what the pain points are. They'll have a bit of summary in here. And then obviously, once they come in with that tag, we are just going to send them through a follow-up sequence. It's going to add them into our pipeline. Let's go back in here. So obviously, number one, add them into a pipeline. We're going to add a node to it, and then we're going to email and SMS them every 24 hours saying, please sign up. And obviously, this is not going to be the only part of it. You are going to add your sales team to it all. Okay. So that is bringing all this information from your website that you now collected about this lead, bringing them into your high-level CRM system to manage by your sales team to keep track of who has signed over, who hasn't signed over. If it's leads from Facebook, you'll be able to track it, which ones has become and actually tried the lead magnet rather than just filling it out. And you'll be able to manually call them back, do more action on it, and hopefully they convert through here at some stage. Okay, so that's literally all that part does. Is we now, and this is the value to it, this is what people don't understand a lot about it, is that it now becomes a cold lead, becomes a warm-ish lead where we know there is some interest. This person has some interest in AI, whether it's talking, calling, and we know that we should take some action on this person. Okay, so rather if you have a list of 1,000 people and you don't know who, you don't know what, you don't know if they're really interested, or if they're still active leads, you're going to waste a lot of time, waste a lot of money, and lose out on it. This way here saves you, you'll understand a lot more for it. So, right, deep breath. We're really chucking through it. So I'll now show you the voice AI stuff to it. So, or in fact, just the last part. Let's go quickly look at the last part before we go to the voice AI. But again, Backend developed into OpenAI. Please create a chatbot on the website that's going to go and take the details that we filled in the start and create a pop-up website chatbot. Pretend like you are the person and just do it 5 times and then expire it. So all built into the back end with an AI prompt for it. So talk to it times out to 5 minutes, you saw the demo, all built into it. So you don't have to have automations, you don't have to have a make for it. It's in the normal config files and it will work through it waiting for responses. It's really good like that. And Lovable will just do it for you now. Okay, so again, it just makes it really good for it. So I'm not going to spend too much time on it. We're getting too long on it. Let's now go through what happens if they want to create a voice call, because this is where I think the value is going to be from. So let's head over to the next one. All right, so for the voice AI stuff, it's going to get a little complicated. I'm just going to give you the basics for it. I either suggest you watch the rest of my YouTube videos or just join up here. You get $4,000 of free stuff when you join up, but there's a complete retell AI and N8N walkover for it. But what we're going to need to do is send our custom variables. So custom variables is going to be that name, the email address we fill that about the business stuff that we're going to fill out, and we're going to send that to a retell AI assistant as custom variables. And we just have a really smart prompt in there that says, pretend like you are this person from these variables. So because we can send those variables, we can have a custom prompt that's going to pretend like it's Sally's hair salon or Happy Hair Salon or Golden Roofing. Doesn't matter where we come into it. So I'll just come back to this one. You're going to come to your retell. You need a retell AI setup as well. You need a retell AI API for this, and you need a workflow for it. So all it's going to say is that you are going to receive a bunch of dynamic prompts, owner name, owner email, business name, and about the business. I just want you to go and pretend to be like this business. So I just had a bunch of prompts in here saying, figure out the niche. So if the hair salon is, if the name is Happy Hair Salon, you know it's going to be a hair salon. So you can answer some generic questions about hair, and that's what you need to stick for. You're not going to answer questions about pizzas, for example. So just a smart little prompt in here that plays a lot on custom variables that we are going to send to retell.ai to activate the outgoing call and to actually start this conversation as if it's in here. Like I say, you need to make sure you hook this up to a telephone number. You need to make sure you hook this up to your AI API key you need to go get. Okay, so I'll show you this one in here, and what we'll do, I'll come back in here for a second, and we're gonna go one more back, and I'll show you the previous execution, just what it kind of looks like. So we have this one here, executions. So as soon as someone clicks this button, it's going to again send all the things we had before to our voice AI assistant. Okay, so it's not going to go now because nothing is listening, but it's going to send everything to the N8N workflow webhook. Sorry, I need to get that right. N8N workflow webhook. Okay, so that is then going to trigger this automation. This automation is going to trigger an AI phone call. So let's go back in here, and you can see we receive a bunch of data in here. Now all I've done is, because in my retell AI I have a Australian number, I have a New Zealand number, and I have an American number. So I'm just going to route it out via the country code. And there's just a little switch in here that says if the number is +164, send it out to different AI assistants. And then it goes out to the AI assistant. We'll go through this module soon. Then it goes back into high level, and we're going to add a tag into a high level saying this is now actually someone that's clicked a voice AI function. So why do we need this? Okay, because this just shows the actual value. Now, if I do, and this is what not a lot of people teach and not a lot of people think about, if you're going to do cold email, SMS, or you're going to do ads, you're going to get leads, but not all leads are created equal. The leads that click on your ad has some interest because they like your pretty picture or they like your video. Leads that's going to click on your lead magnet will have an interest in AI of some sort, and they might go through it and then they'll really like it. If they really, really like it, they are going to click on the phone call lead magnet. Now that just shows me that this is my main product. This is what we're really interested in. Therefore, this is something that we should want to sell, buy, get, and then they're going to put this person into this new pipeline. So therefore, I can look at this pipeline and we can really focus on these people and this level as well. So I think it's a really important step to have in there that not everyone talks about. But let's go back into this workflow that we receive through in here and shut that one down. We can have that one open because we'll be able to download these as it goes along. But what we're going to do is just an HTTP request. So let's go through in here. And I'm not going to talk too much about this. Again, you need to go through the other training, but this creates an AI assistant in retell and makes the outbound call. Well, it doesn't create it, it triggers it. So all it does is it says, this is the call ID. I want you to use this agent that we've set up in here. It's a number in here. And then I want you to use one of the outbound phone numbers from New Zealand number, call that number and send these custom variables to that AI assistant. So then it's going to trigger this, it's going to trigger an outbound call, and it's going to send those things, like I said, in here. And in that way, you'll have a custom voice AI coming to your lead so they can actually try and test it. Okay, so this is kind of the final step. I think this is the most important step. I think it's the most valuable step in here for you to have. So, and then the rest of the bits is just getting it all back to high level. So once it's in here, I use this workflow for other things as well. We're going to check to see if we have a contact. If the contact is there, it's going to update the tag. If the contact is not in there, we're just going to create a new contact for it. So just a bit of backwards and forth. But hope that one there makes sense. And that's pretty much the end of that. And that's how this whole system works. And this is just where this is where it becomes interactive because your lead is always doing something. It becomes personal because it has the personal voice AI message. It has the personal mentions of their name everywhere. And in the interactive bits, again, it comes up with testing a chatbot, testing a voice AI that's actually going to call them and pretend to be their business. And then we also have all the business analytics in the previous page in there because it will show them that, hey, you can actually make more money or save money by just having the system. And then all of this for you as the owner pumps back into your CRM for you to take action. Like this is the secret sauce for it. It's always going to require follow-up. You're going to need to do a lot of follow-up. So these are going to be your important people. These are also going to be important, but obviously more important in here. However, there'll be some sort of automation that goes through and calls and SMSs them 5 days for 5 days at the very least, and also the phone demo test, and you as the owner just get an alert for it. So hope that all makes sense. If you come into the group and we scroll down, I will add this into the N8N and the Lovable page, and you'll be able to just get this app. It should have everything disconnected, and you'll be hopefully asked on the site, and you'll need your OpenAI API, you need your 11 Labs API key, and then you'll need your 2 webhooks as well. You're gonna be able to download these straight, import them. If this doesn't make sense how to do these, I really suggest you come and do the training for it. It does API calls to GoHihglevel, and you'll need your API tokens for all of these. This is the retell one, so you'll need your retell AI token. And I'll leave all the prompts and stuff somewhere as well. And again, there's actually going to be the free group, and I'll leave some stuff in the free group. If you want to come check that out, I'll show you the link. The link will be down the bottom. But inside of the actual free group, you'll find some of these stuff as well. But I'm not going to give out the good stuff in there because it's got certainly massive value to it. So hope you like this video. Hope you understand all this. Again, I couldn't build it out from the start as the normal ones, but yeah, looking forward to seeing you all, at least in the free group. Come and say hello, and hope you find this valuable. So talk to you all later.